welcome back to Geek Visits Entertainment, the place dedicated to the big three of visual media, of course, that being film, video games, and television. I'm your host, as always, yet again, Hoover, and we are back with a brand new episode of News Drop. First off, let me just get in front of it right now. Apologies, this is coming out late. Y'all already know these things. I typically record these on Monday, so they could drop either that Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, we were having some flash flooding here. Heavy rain happened over the weekend over here in Wisconsin. We dealt with a big flash flood, like the biggest flood I think we've seen in like my lifetime, at least. Yeah, so your boy's good. I was cool. You know, everything's all good over here. Couldn't say the same for my internet provider though, because yeah, the internet was out. It was real shaky on Sunday. That was the day of the actual rain. And then on Monday it was just out for a majority of the day. By the time it came back, it was late. I didn't want to record nothing. Also, like, because these things take like fucking like 4 or 5 hours to record it, edit it, upload it all in one go. So I didn't want to do it. So here we are on the following day, but I'm back and we are here to record this one. So we're back here to doing this new one. Hopefully this will be up by the end of the week, at least, is what I'm thinking right now. So hopefully we can get it up by then. But yeah, so we're back. Another news drop here. Not too long. Also, it's the next day. Your boy just did his, his 8 hours of contributing to society. I just ate. I wanted to make sure I ate before we jumped on here. I just had dinner. And I'm old now, so that means once you eat, it ain't too long until you're gonna be out to go to sleep. So we kind of gonna get through this one pretty damn quick. I don't want to. I ain't trying to sit here for fucking 3 damn hours doing all this. So let's go ahead and kind of go over what we're going to be talking about here in this news drop today. Of course, as always, on the music side, on the movie side, we're going to be talking about the box office results from the past weekend. We got an update with a Kevin Hart John Cena talk. Um, uh, uh, the director of the newest Resident Evil talks about handling the new franchise. We got a Spider Punk spinoff in the works right now. We got some casting for a Highlander film, and then we also have an update on the next Final Destination. On the video game side, we're going to be talking about Diablo's boss. Um, we're also going to be talking about a little funny one here. I kind of had to put it on there because I just thought this shit was funny. We got some 2K news we're going to be talking about. A possible update on Marathon and its new release window. Another Xbox cancellation. They've been canceling games crazy lately, so we're going to be talking about that as well. An update on a possible what happened to a Dragon Age remaster as well. And then we got some talk on a possible cross progression coming to Marvel Rivals. And then on the TV side, we got some terrible news when it comes to Hulu. We got a renewal coming from Netflix's One Piece, a cancellation coming from Disney Plus, and then we got an update, a big update on the Gina Carano Disney lawsuit. Y'all remember that? That was a while ago. And then we're gonna finish things off with some positive black man news. What Byron Allen and what it's like to actually have a good payoff in investing in small business. All right, but that's everything we're going to be talking about here on the news drop today. So without further ado, let's drop right into the news. Also, we're going to try I realized I did this one time and never went back to it. We're going to try out the music again in the background. So it's not too dead when I'm sitting here talking to y'all or when I'm not talking. So it ain't just empty space here. Royalty free music, so I ain't gotta worry about nothing coming back on you, boy. I don't make money from this shit anyway, but I ain't gotta worry about no copyright claims or nothing like that. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this news. Weapons impresses with the impressive 42.5 million debut, while Freakier Friday opens to 29 million. Weapons and Freaky Friday deliver a potent one-two punch at the box office this weekend, lifting ticket sales as the summer movie season draws to a close. The films captured the top two spots of the charts. Weapons debuted with, like I mentioned, 42.5. Freakier Friday with 29 million. By the way, I didn't even know this damn movie was out. Freakier Friday, didn't even know that was out in theaters already. Last weekend's champ, Fantastic Four's First Step, surrendered the crown, earning 15.5 million in its third weekend of release. For a third place finish, after starting with a strong 117.6 million dollar, it has plummeted in subsequent weekends, falling more than 67%. We talked about that in the last episode, and another 60% over that weekend. So for its third weekend, it fell another 60%, with the 67 from the previous weekend. But it has grossed 230 million domestically and will likely earn less money than Superman. I don't know why they put that, but you know, I mean, I'm not even saying. I don't even know why I said that. I do know why they put that because that's been the big running thing of Fantastic Four versus Superman, Marvel versus DC. Whatever, but yeah, Weapons extends a hot streak for Warner Brothers, which released the film through its New Line label. The studio started with bombs like Mickey 17 and the Alto Knights, but it regained its stride with last summer's with Spring Sinners and a Minecraft movie, and also Superman this summer. Weapons is director Zach Creggar's follow up to the critically acclaimed Barbarian, which was released by 20th Century in 2022. Um, yeah, and then the cast: Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, Eldon Einreich, Austin Abrams, Benedict Wong, and Amy Madigan. The success should catapult him to the top of the filmmaker ranks. Krieger has already been enlisted to reboot Resident Evil. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. Um, y'all know this movie has been on my list for a while. I do want to go see it. I was going to go see it, but like I mentioned, the raining and the flooding over the past weekend, sort of ruined those plans. So we might have to check it out. Because also, whatchamacallit is in theaters right now too. Together, which I also want to see. And then something's coming out this weekend that was also on my list. So I'm kind of in a bad spot on my movies already. So we're gonna have to figure something out. All right. Next up, Disney released Freakier Friday, a follow-up to the 2003 film Freaky Friday, bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan as a mother and daughter who trade places. The budget is at 42 million, and the family film was off to a strong start. Both movies had positive word of mouth, earning an A minus from Weapons and an A from us from Freakier Friday from Sue Score. Also, by the way, I did hear that Weapons at the pre-screenings and on the festival market, the independent markets outside theaters, I heard the reception had been very positive. I heard words that it kind of received the same reception that like Sinners got in its early like press screening stuff. So you know, might have another get it W because it's weapons. So that could set them up nicely for repeat business over the coming weeks, which is understandable. All right, and let's talk about the rest of our top moves this week. Fourth place was Bad Guys 2. It picked up another 10 million in its sophomore outing. It dropped 53% in its opening. It's going to push it to 43.4 million. The last one ended with 97 million in North America, so it looks like it might end up making a little less than the first one. Naked Gun rounds it out, the top five. And that one it picked up 8.3 million its second weekend, bringing its North American haul to 33 million. Other odd releases, Sketch that came out with 2.5 million. I gotta remember what the heck is coming out this weekend. Da, da. I spelled that wrong. Bitch, what the fuck is this? Sonia. Highest to lowest, that's what it is. That's coming out this weekend. And I wanna see that too, cause that shit looks fire. Damn. So I'm already like three movies. I'm already three movies behind right now. So we gotta work them out. But anyway, that was our box office this weekend. Weapons off to a strong start. Freaky Friday. I've been hearing audiences are loving Freaky Friday. Critics not so much. But it's one of those family. It's definitely I feel like one of those like millennial nostalgia movies. Everybody remembers Freaky Friday. Second one coming out 20 years later, so a lot of people gonna go out and see it. But yeah, there we go. All right, next up we got Kevin Hart and John Cena to star in and produce The Leading Man, which is a Netflix action comedy from John and Eric Hober. I don't know who those are. So, writers John and Eric Hober have sold Netflix on the pitch for The Leading Man, an action comedy based on the comic book series from Jeremy Haun and B. Claymore. I've never heard of this. To star and be produced by Kevin Hart and John Cena. So, Kevin Hart is now moving on to another ex wrestler turned actor that he can star in movies alongside. Fantastic. It's in early development, but the Pix log line follows when a self-absorbed movie star, who's Cena, who's going to be Cena's character, discovers that his co-star slash man in the chair, Hart, is an actual agent. He's forced to swallow his pride and accept that action stars aren't really action heroes while trying to save the world. Bitch, this is just ain't this just fucking CIA, the movie he did with The Rock? Ain't that just what that is? It just sounds very similar to that. All right, so John Cena's a big action star. He's a big action movie guy, leading man in the movie. Kevin Hart is like his co-star. Always kind of more of the, he's the nerdy man in the chair. He's the, Cena is Tom Holland's Spider-Man, while Kevin Hart is Jacob Batalon's Ned Leeds from the Spider-Man movies. But it turns out Kevin Hart is an actual agent. So there you go. All right, Hart were produced alongside Luke Kelly Klein and Brian Smiley for Heartbeat under the company's multi-film deal with Netflix. John Roth and Jeff, for RK Films. So a lot of producers, a lot of fucking producers gonna be attached to this damn thing. News of Hart's involvement with The Leading Man comes amid his work on 72 Hours, which is a Netflix comedy helmed by Tim Story, where it starred alongside Marcelo Hernandez and Mason Gooding. His previous output for the streamer includes Fatherhood, Me Time, The Man from Toronto, and Lift, along with the limited series True Story. The comedic multi-hyphenate is written by, that shit. Recently, I worked on Little Brother, a Netflix comedy where he will star opposite Eric Andre. Cena's coming off Heads of State, the Amazon movie, with Idris Elba, that brought 75 million worldwide viewers. What's this movie he got with Eric Andre? That actually kind of sounds interesting. John Cena and Eric Andre. That actually sounds like that could be like legit funny. There you go. He's also on the Coyote vs. Acne. Yeah, that's coming to theaters. We gotta go see. People, we complained about WB taking away Coyote vs. Acme. We can't fuck up and not go see the movie. We gotta go see the movie. Then more producer talk. Just more producer talk. So we got a John Cena and Kevin Hart movie coming in the future. Once the trailer drops, we'll have it on the channel. We'll see how it is. I don't know. But Kevin Hart exists in a very weird spot for me. He's very typecast in like all his shit. He's a short, loud guy in like every damn movie. Unfortunately, he's moving into like Tyler Perry space for me, if that makes sense. If y'all understand my relationship with Tyler Perry, I'm not the biggest fan. I respect the hustle and the accomplishments, but I feel like they just kind of find their niche, they find their audience, they stick to that niche, they stick to that audience, and they just cater to them in some of the worst ways. I feel like Kevin Hart is kind of inching into that territory for me. He is funny sometimes, but it's sometimes, and I feel like he very quickly oversaturated himself. He did a lot in a very small window of time, and now it just kind of seems like, it really ain't there no more. I like Cena. Cena has his moments. I still feel like he's in that very weird spot where he's still kind of earning his knocks, if that makes sense. He's still kind of taking on movie roles. They probably aren't the greatest movies, but he's still kind of building out his portfolio. Until he gets, even though Peacemaker could possibly be like a big role from him, seeing where the DC universe goes after that. But we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how it goes. All right, next up, Zach Creggar explains his Resident Evil is a different story, but a love letter to the games. Zach Creggar, but by the way, I gotta remember to put this in there. I'll put a card on the video right here. Hopefully I remember. I see myself when I'm editing this. Like, hey, remember you gotta put the card up here. I had a video entitled "Shows I'm Still Pissed" got canceled, and there was a series on there I had called Wrecked, which was, I'm short selling it, but basically it's a Lost parody. It's a comedy series that was a Lost parody, and he was in this. And I did not, for the fucking life of me, know that this was the same guy who directed Barbarian. But Barbarian, by the way, is a phenomenal horror film. I love that movie. Very subverting expectations in that movie, and it was great. I didn't know this was that guy. So like him and like Jordan Peele, a very strange thing of like comedy guys who just make this seamless, great transition to horror stuff. I don't know what it is. But anywho, as Zach Creggar prepares to bring Resident Evil to the big screen once again, he's venturing outside the canon for a new story. The director, who is rebooting the franchise for Sony, explained that although he's not breaking the rules of the games, the movie depicts a story outside of the characters of the game. He's the biggest worshiper of the game, so I'm telling a story that is a love letter to the games and follows the rules of the games. It is obedient to the lore of the games, it's just a different story. I'm not going to tell Leon's story because Leon's story is told in the games. Fans already have that. At CinemaCon in March, Creggar echoed teased that his adaptation is built in the spirit of those games and follows one central protagonist from point A to point B as they descend deeper into hell. Co-written with Shay Haddon, Krieger's Resident Evil landed at Sony in March. Meanwhile, Austin Abrams is in talks to star. I've been a rabid fan of these games for decades, and to be able to bring this amazing title to life is a true honor. And then just information on Resident Evil. I will say, just to kind of start off from this, he's a little lucky because the bar is very low for Resident Evil movies. None of the Resident Evil movies are good. And none of them have done the franchise justice, I feel. Not the original major motion pictures by that star Mila Jovovich. Is that how you say her name? And her husband. I forget what the fuck his name is. Anderson, W. S. Anderson, Paul Wes Anderson, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, those not good. The first one had slight promise, but they kind of just ruined all that as the series went on. The Netflix Resident Evil series was ass. So there was that, and then there was also another recent movie that was so ass. I heard absolutely nothing about it. Yeah, Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Anybody remember this? They made another Resident Evil movie in 2021. Why the fuck is that shit so small? There we go. They made another Resident Evil movie in 2021 called Welcome to Raccoon City. This one actually followed the story of the game, a lot closer than the original movies did. But it was still complete ass. Pretty solid goddamn cast on here too. Even Joji, I don't know how to say his name. Oh boy, from the fuck was he from? He's from Victorious, right? This the nigga from Victorious? Yeah, the nigga from Victorious. He was in it. Fucking Robbie Amell, Hannah John Kamen, Neil McDonough was in it. Tom Hopper, y'all remember Tom Hopper from Umbrella Academy? You got old girl from Thunderbolts. The fucking Firestorm for like 3 episodes from from The Flash. So I feel like it was a pretty solid cast here, but yeah, it was so ass that I feel like it's just completely forgotten about and nobody even remembers the fucking thing existed. So yeah, the bar for Resident Evil movies is very low. I'm interested to see how the fandom responds to the fact that he's saying it's going to be an original movie set kind of like in the world of the game, but not following any of the characters. I like that. I feel like it gives more room for creativity and more original ideas. And also, you won't have to worry about, pissing off the fandom by squandering the way a character is presented or not handling a storyline correctly. But at the same time, I feel like it might, first glance, people who don't even know this thing is happening when like the first trailer drops and they see that it doesn't follow anybody from the actual games, they might be turned off a little bit. So I'm interested to see what the reception is going to be once it comes out, but we'll see. But the guy has a really good track record. Barbarian, like I mentioned, was fucking great. Weapons is doing numbers. We just talked about how much it made at the box office. Positive word of mouth, positive reviews. So the guy's on a hot streak right now. We'll see if he can continue it. All right, next up. Spider-Verse spinoff Spider-Punk is in the works with Daniel Kaluuya. Spider-Punk is a spinoff from the 2023 Across the Spider-Verse movie. It's in early development at Sony Pictures Animation. Daniel Kaluuya, who voiced the character, and John Singh are developing and co-writing the feature. Still very early, so no plot details. It's going to center on the punk rock version of Spider-Man, aka Hobie Brown, whose main weapon is his guitar. He was introduced in the second movie, Across the Spider-Verse. It seems like he is going to come back in Beyond the Spider-Verse when the fuck that comes out next year. So it's unclear when Spider-Man will be ready to swing into theaters. For now, Beyond the Spider-Verse is the third entry, and it won't be hitting theaters until June 25th, 2027. So yeah, so we got a Spider-Punk movie in the works. Kaluuya's working on it behind the scenes as well, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, we might be seeing it. Definitely one of the cooler characters in the Beyond the Spider-Verse, in the Across the Spider-Verse movie. So I'm interested. It's interesting to see like if it's gonna take place after the trilogy or before the trilogy or some point in between them. So, but like I said, it's still very early, but it is being worth talking about. This is older news, but I did want to talk about this because I think that's pretty cool. All right, next up, Highlander. Dave Bautista to play villain opposite Henry Cavill in Amazon MGM's remake. There can be only one. Bautista will be the second actor to play the part of the Raging Immortal. Is that fucking I know this nigga. Just from that face. Is this this nigga who plays Dexter's dad? No. Oh shit, it's Clancy Brown. I fucking knew I knew this nigga somewhere. Fucking young Clancy Brown. That's a rare sighting for me. A young Clancy Brown. I feel like this nigga's been old ever since I've seen him. Y'all know who Clancy Brown is, right? Actor, voice actor, fucking Mr. Krabs. He's in Detroit Become Human. He does a lot of shit. But Dave Bautista is in final negotiations to play the villain in Amazon's remake of the 80s cult classic Highlander. The actor will join Henry Cavill and Russell Crowe in the action fantasy, which hails from Amazon and the United Artists banner, and is slated to get a theater release. Russell Crowe's in it too. Big burly boys in this movie. Though Bautista slimmed down, so I don't know. I guess I can't say that anymore. Chad Stahelski is directing the feature that is due to begin principal photography at the end of September and shoot in locales in the UK as well as Hong Kong. I don't know this guy. He's directed a shit ton of the John Wick movies. Okay, so I mean, you know the fucking action in this bitch is gonna be top tier. Ghost of Tsushima, what the fuck? Wick is pain. What's this? What the fuck? What the fuck? Bill Skarsgård, Keanu Reeves, Donnie Yen. What the fuck? I don't know. This is just somebody taking liberties from fucking went too far. This was from April. Okay, whatever. Off topic. Yes. So you know the action is gonna be top tier. He's the guy who directed all the fucking John Wick movies. The original Highlander, released in 1986, starred Christopher Lambert and Connor McLeod. I don't know how to say the name. A medieval Scottish Highlander who discovers he is an immortal warrior. With the help of a swordsman named Ramirez, played by Sean Connery, the titular Highlander battles other immortals across the centuries, culminating in a modern battle in which, like the classic line of dialogue goes, there can be only one. The movie went back and forth from various tops. By the way, all my knowledge of this movie, comes from a fucking Robot Chicken sketch where they had like a bunch of fucking like female teen stars of the time battle as Highlanders. They're like Lindsay Lohan was like the main character. It was fucking hilarious. That's where all my knowledge of this franchise comes from. In the remake, Cavill is playing McLeod, while Crow is Ramirez. Industry actress Marissa Abella is also a leading part. Bautista will have the plum role of immortal barbarian known as the Krugen, who has been killing other immortals across the centuries in order to absorb their essence. Clancy Brown memory played the character in the original movie. Batista's imminent boarding is both a full circle moment and a fan cast materializing IRL. Bautista was circling Krugen back in 2015 when a version was being put together under the direction of Cedric Nicholas Troyden for Summon Entertainment. Oh, so he's been chasing this role for a while, huh? In recent months, fans have shipped Cavill and Bautista as opposing immortal warriors in fan-made trailers. And there's a link to one, but it's just bad. But it's just bad. So that's cool. It's cool that he got it in. Michael Finch. Goddamn, I hate when it does that. Michael Finch wrote the script for the remake. Scott Stuber and Nick Nebbit are producing alongside Neil H. Morris. 8711 Entertainment. So okay, more producer talk. Bautista has been making Amazon one of his prime destinations with Highlander as the latest feature. He has starred in Amazon comedies My Spy and its sequel and is in post on what? Am I reading that wrong? He started Amazon action comedies My Spy and its sequel and is in post on action comedy The Wrecking Crew. Opposite Jason Momoa. I think they're saying The Wrecking Crew is currently in post production. Action comedy The Wrecking Crew is in post production. Okay, I think that's what they're trying to say. He's also on talks to star in the sequel to Roadhouse. Bautista, Amazon's the #1 guy apparently, so that's cool. If anybody's been a fan of the Highlander, then you got a remake. Some cool names attached to it so far. I will say that. So that's pretty cool. All right, and our final TV. Goddamn. That's how you know I got that itis right now. I'm tired, man. I'm saying all the wrong shit. All right, Final Destination is in the works with the Bloodlines co-writer returning. A 7th Final Destination movie is in the works, and New Line with Bloodlines co-writer Laurie Evans Taylor returning to pen the new installment. More producer talk. Final Destination Bloodlines was the 6th movie in the 25-year horror franchise. It opened #1, dismayed with $51 million domestic. Movie achieved the best opening weekend of the series to date. By the end of its theatrical run, it became the franchise's highest-grossing film with a $286 million global haul. Good for them. I feel like it's very rare franchise that's been going on for so long and takes a really big pause, takes a large break, and then they come back, succeeds. Especially one that's hasn't reached as I was saying it, I immediately thought of Jurassic Park between Jurassic Park 3 and then Jurassic World, the remake. But it's Jurassic Park. That was always a massive franchise. I feel like Final Destination has been a massive franchise. So it's good that works. So it's understanding that they got this sequel working. Hopefully they work it out better, because that became the problem with the original movies, is that they started to make too fucking many of them, and then shit just kind of the shit started to have diminishing returns. Taylor co-wrote the screenplay for Bloodlines with Gary Busey, running a franchise that had been dormant for 14 years, following 2011's Final Destination 5. The pair, along with Zach Lipovsky and Adam Steen, expanded the scope of the franchise via a plot that saw death, attempting to reclaim his victims across multiple generations of the same family, ultimately delivering a movie that was clever, unpredictable, and fun, providing reviews. By the way, I will say, that I was thinking about this today when I heard that Weapons was doing very well, because I have heard, as much positives I heard about Weapons, I have been reading some negative, and some of the negative just kind of revolves around the movie just isn't that scary. So I just want to give credits to the fact that we're getting horror movies that actually want to focus on making good stories in them as well, because everything doesn't have to be a fucking gore fest and jump scares and shit. If you want to do that, that's fine, but clearly this new wave of making sure you put a fucking good story along with at least some fairly decent horror seems to be making for a good movie. Final Destination, Bloodlines, Barbarian, like I mentioned earlier, Weapons, even fucking Sinners. I remember that was one of the negative I was reading very early on with Sinners, is the fact that it was a horror movie, but it just wasn't that scary. And I'm like, you can still take horror elements and just put them into a good ass fucking story and still a horror movie. Everything doesn't have to be a fucking, fucking just gore fest and shit. So kudos to them for like making, this recent surge of like horror. Because for to the longest time, for me growing up, horror movies were always very niche, and they were always just kind of meant to be that just horror movies. Either they were slashers or there was paranormal stuff, but everything was kind of that. But they were never like good stories with like good characters. So you got some occasionally, like the first Scream, um, the first couple Nightmare on Elm Streets, but very rarely was like horror movies like viewed good, especially oh my god, especially when fucking Paranormal Activity came onto the scene. And for as good as it was, that shit changed horror movies so much. And did now everything was like the fucking handheld POV shit. Uh, More focused on jump scares. So I'm glad to at least see a lot of story stuff is actually coming back. Taylor's known for the psychological thriller Cellar Door. Oh, whatchamacallit, The Black Phone. That one I heard was real good too. Best Read, a supernatural thriller star of Marissa Barrera, in which Taylor made her directorial debut. Upcoming, she penned the adaptation of Carla Norton's The Edge of Normal with Chloe Grace Moretz. It adapted I Am Still Alive for Universal with Ben Affleck attached. So we got another. I forgot to read everything up here, but basically, y'all know what the fuck going on. Another Final Destination is coming. So hopefully, they got the same writer. So hopefully, she's able to deliver the same, make it just as good as this one was. Because I did hear that this one was good. And I do remember seeing the trailers and thinking that was a very interesting concept of, this is a bunch of people who are descendants of people who survived from those first. I think it was from the first movie, right? A bunch of people who got off the plane from the first movie, had avoided death for so long, and now it's kind of coming back to take out the whole family because they shouldn't exist because their descendants should have died on the plane. I thought that was a very interesting concept. All right, but that's it for film. Now let's move on over to video games. Stop spoiling my movie shit, bitch. All right, Diablo boss Rod Ferguson is leaving Blizzard after 5 years. He was in charge of Diablo 4, which I have been playing on PC, and it's pretty fun. I play it as it is. I play the story. So I don't know if there's any other problems outside of just the main campaign, but I've been playing just the main campaign, and I've been enjoying it. Blizzard is losing the head of one of the biggest franchises. Diablo general manager Rob Ferguson announced on Friday that he's leaving the studio after 5 years to pursue a new opportunity. He's worked with Epic, the Coalition, and more. More is known for the veteran who worked with those is known for closing trouble projects and help Blizzard ship Diablo 4 in 2023, spending the last 2 years overseeing its seasonal updates, including last year's expansion of the Vessel of Hatred. This is a quote from him. When I joined Blizzard 5 years ago, I had two main goals: to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody besides getting my sword, to revitalize one of my favorite franchises of all time, and to have a meaningful impact on the company I admire. And it is with great pride and gratitude that I can now look back on this period of my career and say that not only did I achieve those goals, but having the privilege of leading this team alongside some of my favorite people in the world and shipping amazing experiences for our players helped me grow as a leader and as a person. You got Big Phil Spencer. You brought strength, hellfire, and vision to one of gaming's most iconic franchises. Playing Diablo 4 with you was a blast. Thanks for everything you gave to the game and to the community. So he arrived in 2020 after 5 years in charge of the Coalition, who worked on Gears. Blizzard faced a workplace reckoning shortly after he arrived. Following the California lawsuit that was later settled by Activision Blizzard. His tenure at the company coincidentally brought him back to Microsoft, where he began his career back in the 90s after Giant Tech acquired Blizzard for $70 billion. He has a reputation throughout the industry for being a closer, someone who could be brought in during tough development cycles to make hard choices and ultimately get a game out of the door. But that's what happened when he joined Irrational in 2012 amid fears that Bioshock Infinite might be trapped in developmental hell following missed target releases and lots of thrown out work. You see, like this is an example of like a person who does this and it works. Unlike that fucking dickhead over running WB Discovery right now, David Zaslav. Y'all already know. It's forever fuck WBTC over here, WB Discovery over here. At a time when big budget blockbusters across the board are taking longer than ever to develop, including the latest Bioshock, Ferguson's experience and skill set are no doubt in high demand. His departure also comes shortly after the latest round of mass layoffs at Microsoft. Yeah. But like, I think I've missed a lot of this, a lot of the Microsoft layoffs. They've been laying off a lot of people, closing up a lot of games. We're actually going to talk about one here today. I don't think I talked about the fact that they canceled Perfect Dark, the remake of Perfect Dark, and shut up the studio that was making it. All the while they're making record profits. The fucking CEO of fucking EA just gave himself a fucking price because Microsoft own EA? I don't think they do, right? No, they don't. Okay, my bad. My bad, Andrew. Nah, I ain't gonna say my bad. I incorrectly made that connection, but you know it's still kind of fucked up what he did. But yeah, but Microsoft been making record profits, and they've just been laying off all these people, canceling the fucking games, shuttering studios, fucking raising the price of Xbox, despite the fact that the bitch already ain't selling. But yeah, so this guy's leaving. Hopefully he goes somewhere. Seems like he does good work. Seems like he has a reputation that speaks for itself. So hopefully he can bounce back. All right, next up, Marathon will be out before March 2026, says Sony CFO. But this is not a commitment. We believe the launch will happen. We believe the game's still gonna come out. We still just don't know. We still gotta put this motherfucker out. We just don't know when right now. About some damn coasters. I need to buy some coasters. Marathon's grand unveiling earlier this year did Microsoft. Marathon's grand unveiling this year did not I suspect go as Sony hoped. Gameplay reveals were met with overwhelmingly negative reactions, then a scandal over stolen art and a subsequent report of low morale at the studio that is in freefall. Finally, an indefinite delay and a new release date to be announced in the autumn. All that would be troubling enough on its own, but crucially, it came only a few months after the spectacular, hugely expensive, studio-killing failure of Concord. There's a serious risk of history repeating itself, and I'm sure I'm not the only one to have wondered whether Sony will actually release Marathon at all, risking another disaster or simply cutting its losses. For now, at least, the party line hasn't changed. During a QA following a financial report, CFO Lin Tao not only reaffirmed that a new release date will come in autumn, but also that we expect the launch to happen within the fiscal year. Get the fuck out of my face. Alright, that means before the end of March 2026. So we know that if they're going to try to reach that goal, it's still going to be out before March 2026, which I still feel like the way the game was talked about, the controversy surrounding it, the fact that it was already going to launch very bare, I still feel like that's not enough time to kind of turn all that shit around. Though she did immediately then caveat with, but having said that, this is not a commitment. No official announcement has been given yet. She also addressed the possibility of cancellation, saying we believe this launch will happen, but if this launch is canceled, we need to do a revision of the valuation. Basically, she's just talking both sides, saying that we're gonna release it before the end of the fiscal year, but we're not committed to. We're not, but that's not a commitment. We still don't have a date. We do believe the game is still going to launch, but if it does get canceled, we know what we got to do if it does get canceled. She's just fucking talking on both sides of the fence. So we need to update its financial projections if it does happen, which sounds like putting it mildly. And if it does get canceled, what move would they make to make up? Because I gotta realize there's already a fuck ton of money poured into this game already. Like it already has like two major fucking weights on its back. One, it has to be another live service game that Sony has to fucking work after Concord's failure. So if they're gonna put out another fucking, PlayStation Sony exclusive live service game, it needs to fucking be a hit. They can't have a repeat of Concord, which already has them walking on tiptoeing and trying to be a little bit more careful and mindful. Secondly, Bungie itself needs another fucking win because Destiny 2 has started to become diminishing returns on shit. Um, it hasn't been the lucrative hasn't been as lucrative as Sony would hoped when they fucking bought the bitch for 11 billion dollars, whatever the hell they bought it for. Um, and then they have controversy of like layoffs, low morale themselves. So they need this to be a win for. So Bungie and Sony both need this to be a fucking win because they are not in the best space right now. I'm not surprised that they're behind the scenes. They probably are really fucking pushing to actually release this thing, but they know they got to do the shit right. But if they do have to cancel it, what moves would be made to sort of make up for the money they put into this and the money that they are now not going to fucking make with the release of this for both Sony and for Bungie as well? Because remember, Bungie released the final shape, which was like the big finale for like the main story of Destiny 2, but it didn't sell well. And now they've changed up their model to now it's more of like a free updates kind of model now. So they are doing the big massive expansions, which I would put money on were massive, very lucrative things that they had for the first game, releasing those big expansions. So they're not doing those anymore. Destiny 2, I feel like, is kind of starting to be on the decline. They're probably not on the biggest. They're probably not on the most positive relationship with Sony right now. So, if it does get canceled, what moves would Sony make to make up the money for having to cancel this? Because remember, if they do cancel this, that's 2 huge fucking losses back to back. This and Concord. Because remember, Concord costs $100 million too. It's not the strongest statement of confidence then, and it's very much still possible that internal reviews around Marathon's future are ongoing, especially as she went on to describe some fairly ominous changes at Bungie. Ooh, what the hell is that about? Reducing its independence going forward and integrating it to places too. Oh no, we do remember that. I do remember that. I do remember this. This is a little older. I know this is August 7th. Sony has seen enough 3 years after calling Bungie. Sony says the days of independence are getting lighter, and its future is to become a part of PlayStation Studios. So they put the fucking leash on them. They ain't let them operate on their own too much anymore. They're going to be under the fucking eye of PlayStation now, and they're not going to operate as an independent studio anymore. It seems like anymore. So, as I just said. But Bungie and Sony probably do not have the most positive relationship right now. And that goes to show probably don't. It's not easy to see a positive path forward for Marathon at this point. Regardless of whether the game itself is good or not, the court of public opinion has already made its judgment. Also very, very true. And it seems like it can only be folly just to release it in its current form. At the same time, March 2026 doesn't seem likely to allow anywhere near enough time for I just said that. It does not seem like that's enough time to fix all the issues that seem to be present with this game. This motherfucker might need like legitimately an entire like fucking grounds up redo. But of course they aren't gonna get the time for that because there's already too much fucking money put into this bitch. Yeah, and like they mentioned it too. Yeah, the court of public opinion is a bitch. That's literally what led to the death of Concord. Everybody got behind making that motherfucker a joke, and it was never able to crawl under it. It was never able to crawl up from under that. Sony didn't do anything to help that shit either. So now you got Marathon, which is already people are already calling it the next Concord. It's got to jump over that hurdle, and it's gonna be fucking difficult. They got to come with some fire. They got to work overtime for this shit, which sucks because which fucking sucks because they probably are already fucking running the fucking dance into the fucking ground to redo this whole thing. But yeah, so that's some Marathon info for you there. Up next, something that makes me pretty happy being a brand new PC player. Marvel Rivals cross progression discussions have launched. Cross-progression discussions for Marvel Rivals have launched, according to the game director Guan Guan. Shoutouts to my boy Guan Guan. Though Insider Gaming understands plans are still very early, still in the early stages. Since launching last year, demands for cross-progression support in Marvel Rivals has been constant, particularly as the closed alpha test with exclusive rewards was PC only. As such, anyone who participated in the CAT then now prefers to play on console cannot take advantage of their bonuses. Cross progression is very much at the forefront of the developers' mind, however, but implementation into the game could still be way off. Speaking to Insider Games at the Marvel Rivals Ignite mid-season finals in Guangzhou, I don't know how to say that. Guangguan deferred a question on cross progression to the recently launched Discord community event, asking players to submit their ideas. Cross progression is the main focus of the new Ask the Devs event from Marvel Rivals, which began on August 8th, with players asked to submit their ideas, ask questions, and shape the future of the game. The event will end on August 22nd, so it's still going right now. So Guangguan informed them that the feedback from the event will be collected and the team will discuss it internally to come up with ideas, which suggest plans, if there are any, are still very early in the stages. I hope this turns out to be true. Like I said, it's still very early, but it seems that it's one of the top things from the fandom, from the community. Cross progression, I very much hope so. Like I said, I've been playing on PS5 since season 0. And like I said, I built my PC earlier this year. I do have Rivals downloaded on Steam. I don't play it too much though, because I'm still very stuck. I've been thinking about jumping over to PC and playing it, but I have a hard time leaving PS5 because I got fucking fucking Lord progression with the heroes I pour stuff into, all the cosmetics I've gotten so far, all the shit that I have on the PlayStation version. I'm struggling to move past it. Even though I haven't been playing the game as much as I used to, but still, it's hard to move forward. So that means cross progression could still be a ways off. Previously outlined to Inside the Games how new characters around a year, it takes characters around a year to develop. While cross progression is unlikely to have the same amount of developmental stages as a new character, it certainly doesn't seem like it's something that could be added imminently. Good news, though, is that the Discord event is further evidence that Nate is keeping a close eye on community discussions to shape development, and the new event could open the door to more direct forms of feedback in the future. So it's just one of the top things of the fandom. It's still very early, but the talks of it have started. But when we'll see it, we don't know. Okay, it's probably still going to be a ways off. So it just means it just gives me more time to sit on the fence and just wonder what happens. Because when it happens and I can import all the shit I made on my PlayStation to my PC account, then I'll be on the PC account. But until then, we'll probably just lightly play the PC and all that shit. So, all right. So, speaking of the Microsoft stuff from earlier, this is a little older, but I did want to talk about it. Microsoft cancels yet another long in the works Xbox game. Turn it down a little bit. It's a little loud. There we go. All right. So, what was that? There we go. Microsoft says it has stopped development on Contraband, the co-op action-adventure open-world game in development at Avalanche Studio Group, the studio behind the Just Cause game. While not explicitly calling it cancellation, the fate of Contraband sounds similar to the scrapped, long-in-development projects like Rare's Everwild and the Initiative's Perfect Dark. So Contraband was first revealed at E3 2021, announced with a pre-rendered trailer. Contraband was pitched as a co-op smuggler's paradise. Set in the fictional world of 1970s Byron, brought to you by Avalanche Studios Games. The game was said to be an Xbox console exclusive with a release plan for PC. Contraband did not have an announced date, and little has been heard about it over the past 4 years. I do remember when this was announced at E3. Jesus Christ, that's how fucking long it's been. This shit was announced at E3. E3 don't even fucking exist anymore. But yeah, I do remember this. I don't think it was E3. What the fuck? What was that? It had to be like Summer Games Fest or something. Oh no, I guess it was E3. Yeah, because this is the exact one I was thinking of. It's just like a bunch of shots of like a warehouse or some shit. Yeah, yeah, it was this. So goddamn, that was E3. Holy shit. And it's like a little fucking truck at the end or some shit, right? Oh no, oh no, yeah, it was like this. Not a trunk, not a truck. Damn. So yeah, Microsoft canceled yet another game. In a statement on Avalanche's website, the studio over the past several years, Avalanche Studio Group and Xbox Game Studios Publishing have collaborated on Contraband. Active development has now stopped while we evaluate the project's future. We're thankful for the excitement we've seen from the community since we announced, and we'll give an update on what's next as we move. As soon as we can. Microsoft. So here's the big problem. Microsoft slashed nearly 9,000 jobs in July as part of a new round of cuts at the company. CEO Phil Spencer said in a note to employees that the time at the Xbox division has been impacted to position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas. We will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. But yeah, at the same time, Microsoft has seen record profits. Like their stocks is up. Let's see. Yep. Net income for the quarter ending in June 30th, 2025 was a 23.58 increase year over year. They have increased profits. Their net for 2025 was 101.83 billion dollars, representing a 15.54 increase from 2024 and a 13% increase in annual gross profits. They're making money, and yet they're fucking canceling jobs and shuttering studios. Uh, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Xbox, Microsoft, Xbox. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it ain't good. It ain't good. It ain't good. Speaking of shit that ain't good, BioWare apparently pitched a Dragon Age remaster, and EA said no. The soft pitch for Dragon Age: The Champions trilogy never got off the ground. Ever since the Legendary Edition, Dragon Age fans have been hoping and praying BioWare's fantasy RPG might get the same treatment. There's ever time to put one out, which we all know it would have been before the Veilguard launched in 2024, which was, I don't know why they didn't think that was a smart fucking move, especially considering the fact that Veilguard was in development for 10 goddamn years. I don't know. Also, probably would have. Also, it could you could have did the fucking remaster and released it and gave the team another I don't know 4 or 5 years of development, maybe another two if you wanted to play it tight at the least of development for doing the game. If you released it, in the middle of that, but whatever. And seemingly wrapped up most of the universe's ongoing story threads, according to ex-Bioware boss Mike Dara. The studio was more than up for remastering Dragon Age Origins 2 and Inquisition in one collection and told EA as much, but the publisher turned down the pitch. YouTuber Mr. Matty Plays, shout out to Mr. Matty, sat down with Dara, who worked as executive producer on the Dragon Age and the Trouble Looter shooter Anthem. During the conversation, Dara revealed that BioWare soft pitched a remaster of the original Dragon Age games, but EA turned it down, partially due to its noted dislike of remasters. Yet they couldn't say, "Hey, look at what the fucking Mass Effect Legendary Edition did." Also, wait, hold on, bitch. It ain't gotta be Steam, but just remaster. Let's see. Do they have a lot of them? Oh, let's talk about the fucking Dragon Age thing. Damn, I wanted to see if there was any more games that they got that have been remastered. But I hear I found something. Actually, let me see. Let's see. EA released a few games that got remasters. We got Command and Conquer, the Dead Space remake. We had the Bioshock 2, 1 and 2 got remasters. Battlefield games have been remastered. A Bars trilogy got remastered. So it ain't like they've never done the shit before. Talking about they fucking dislike for remasters. I don't know what they're talking about. EA's historically been, and I don't really know why, they've even said this publicly, they're kind of against remasters. I don't really know why. It's strange for a publicly traded company to basically be against free money, but they seem to be against it, so that's part of it. However, one of the bigger issues in remastering Dragon Age compared to Mass Effect is that the resources to what? What? What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Judge.
Judge?
Judge.
Judge? I've never heard this fucking word in my life. Make something more stylish, lively, or attractive. Enact addition or quality that makes something more stylish or attractive. Making something look good. You
Judge.
You judge it up. Okay. That the resources to judge up those games is that they're on different engines than the first two Dragon Age games were made on BioWare's Eternal Eclipse engine before the team transitions to Frostbite for Inquisition. Whereas the first three sci-fi games are all on the first three Mass Effect games are all on the Unreal engine. This meant that the technical lift would have been significantly higher for Dragon Age Remaster than it was for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Dara says the project would have either required hiring a new team to work full-time, learning how to use the game's old tech, or that existing staff at BioWare would have to handle the entire thing on their own. He also says that the Eternal Remaster within BioWare would have been the ideal scenario, but that didn't pan out. The EA just wanted to be fucking cheap. That's all it was. The soft pitch Dara. Also, remember, we gotta go back to that. We gotta go back to that. That was EA, right? Actually, fucking perplex. I got perplexity. You're better than fucking Google anyway. I think it was a CEO or some shit. The motherfucker was like, "Oh yeah, don't worry. EA games are like they fucking cave dwellers, and they all still stay in their mom's basement. And whatever RPG will make them motherfuckers will just buy it." Andrew Wilson commented on RPG games in the context of financial underperformance are increasingly seek shared world and deeper engagement on side quality. That's not what it was. Damn. This ain't the story I'm thinking of. Yeah, but we talked about it before. It was like one of the fucking somebody at fucking EA was just like fucking RPG players live in caves and they gonna buy whatever bullshit we put out because it's an RPG. Didn't have lives. What the fuck? Bitch, shut your ass up. Yeah, RPG players are cave dwelling nerds. Uh. Yeah. This is it right here. This is it right here. It was an EA exec. He was like, "Oh yeah, fucking RPG players are just fucking cave dwelling nerds, and they all fucking live in like their mom's basement, and they gonna buy whatever the fuck we put out as long as it has RPG on there." So so that's what they think about people who buy RPGs. So of course they weren't gonna get behind a high fantasy deep RPG like the Dragon Age series to remaster it. Let's see. Soft pitch about included a sort of rebrand of the original games as a trilogy called the Champions Trilogy, referring to the three protagonists of each game. If that had come to pass, I think they should have I think they needed to shop this a little bit more, because literally one of the protagonists is named, his thing is the champion. Hawk, the protagonist from Dragon Age 2, he is the champion. So it feels like you're more talking about them. I feel like they maybe needed to continue to workshop the name. If that had come to pass, I would have written you a novel on my feelings about it. Consider I think community is one of Dragon Age's weakest continuity. I'm sorry, is one of Dragon Age 2's weakest aspects. It really fucking. I talked about that in my video before Veilguard came out, I was not supposed to make this episode too long, but I'm rambling on like every other, I'm rambling on like every other article. I talked about that in my video before Veilguard came out. Dragon Age, uh, Dragon Age's biggest issue is the fact that all three games are so different. It's a franchise and a trilogy that somehow is still struggling to find an identity of itself. Like it still struggles on what it really wants to be. But yeah, the continuity is one of its weakest aspects. And Brandy Love Games as a trilogy, when it decidedly doesn't follow through on a lot of its connective tissues, would be an odd Hail Mary. But since that isn't happening, I'll bite my tongue. Of course, he doesn't know. Daryl left in 2020. By the way, Mark Daryl's like one of the best motherfuckers they had over there, and the fact that they let him go is a damn shame. He left the company in 2020. He returned to consult on the Veilguard to help it pass the finish line, but since he's been pretty candid about what he and his colleagues felt was unfamiliar treatment of the Dragon Age team by management. Oh yeah, also he's the one who came out and said that basically EA always viewed Dragon Age as Mass Effect's little brother. That was the thing too, as they have more faith in the Mass Effect IP, and they also give more leeway and freedom to the Mass Effect teams than they ever did with the Dragon Age teams. So that's probably also a big reason why they passed on making the Dragon Age remaster. Which, by the way, it's a motherfucking shame, because fucking Origins is one of the best fucking video game RPGs ever made, in my opinion. But I stand on that. I stand on business for that one. One of the greatest RPG games ever fucking made. And if that bitch could get a fucking remaster with updated fucking graphics and updated controls, because it's actually making me so fucking mad that they actually did not fucking do this. Because even Origins on fucking PC is damn near is a fucking unstable mess. You gotta install some stability mods to play that bitch with no problems. That's how fucking old that motherfucker is. But yeah, the fucking I don't. I told you, it's legitimately like making me upset the more I talk about and think about this. As I said, remember, fucking the Veilguard and Inquisition has a fucking 10-year gap. Dragon Age has never been like the most popular thing from BioWare's caveat, but it's always been a strong IP. But it was 10 fucking years between Inquisition and Veilguard, which means there now a whole generation of players who never even heard of Dragon Age, or who really only got into Dragon Age from Inquisition, because Inquisition did have a lot of hype when it came out. It won quite a few awards and shit. So there's probably a lot of people who never played Origins and who've never played 2. I've even been seeing it on YouTube. A lot of people who played the Mass Effect Legendary Edition for the first time went and tried the Dragon Age series for the first time. So it ain't like there's no interest in this shit. So I feel like this needed this a hell of a lot more than Mass Effect did. Because the Mass Effect trilogy, plain and simple, as it exists in its base form, which is like the 360 and the PS3 versions, are still solid. Mass Effect the 1 is a little janky, pretty damn janky, but it ain't as janky as the fucking Origins is. And I feel like it needed to get this refresher on the series before the Veilguard came out. And also, like I mentioned before, it might have even allowed them, if they released that in the time between Inquisition and Veilguard, and like maybe like 2019, 2020 or something. That'd have been like what 5-6 years after Inquisition released. If they released that on the new consoles, the PS5 and Xbox Series, I feel like that would have did wonders for the Veilguard, because like I said, one of the biggest problems is it's been 10 fucking years since the last one. A lot of people aren't gonna know what the fuck Dragon Age is. I'm moving on. I'm mad. Alright, and this one, I just had to throw this one in there because I just thought this shit was fucking hilarious, but also very fucking sad. For all you fucking Madden, FIFA, 2K, Call of Duty, Fortnite niggas who just play those fucking games and refuse to play anything else. And y'all wonder why. Player spends $32,000 on NBA 2K25 in just 5 months. This is how these motherfucking companies get you dumbasses. One player has gone viral for spending an astonishing $32,000 in NBA 2K in just 5 months on microtransactions. A clip was posted to Twitter which showed YouTube 2KOG going through his microtransaction purchases on 2K25 on a PS Store, and revealed he spent an astonishing $32,831.68. Holy fucking shit! All the transactions for just the fucking VC pack, the highest one, by the way, which cost $160 fucking dollars. What the fuck?
$32,831.68 on this game. I'll say it again, $32,831.68.
Say it again, OG.
$32,831.68.
Nigga, 700,000 VC, $160, 450,000 VC, $107, 160, 160, 107, 106, 107, 107, 107, 107. At least he went cheap right here. Nigga, by the way, nigga, these are multiple packs in one fucking day. Nigga, you spent $200 on 2K in a fucking day.
This game. I'll say it again, $32,831.68.
That's a fucking shame. Just to go 3-17 at the fucking park. That's fucking crazy. Niggas spending thousands of dollars just to go fucking eat L's at the wreck. That's insane. The YouTuber himself revealed that he's learned his lesson from spending such a large amount of money and warned others that it's not worth chasing cars or spending a large amount of money for content creation. I mean, good for you, brother. I feel like you should have noticed that shit when you spent fucking damn near 300 goddamn dollars in a day on the shit. What's worse is that despite him spending that, he's still not obtained all the best cards in the game. In fact, just by watching his video, he would probably need to spend an equal amount of money to get near completion. That's fucking crazy. Oh, one thing's for sure, I will not spend this much again because you don't get rewarded for it. As much as I spent, I should have everything in the game, and it's not even close. Nigga, to make this shit even worse, he ain't even spending it on fucking builds. He's spending it on my team. This is what we fucking talking about. All you niggas who spend all this fucking money on this bitch. This is why you motherfuckers can't get off of it. This is why they will never stop making this shit. And this is why they will never stop making it, and why they will never put any actual fucking effort to make the shit better. Because you niggas will spend $100 on the base game and then go on to spend $32,000 on the fucking game after purchasing the shit. This is fucking crazy. Niggas motherfuckers won't spend 1 minute to play Expedition 33. Motherfucker will view it as a fucking offense if you offer Cyberpunk 2077 to him. If you offer fucking Metaphor Refantasio to him. If you tell them to check out fucking, Final Fantasy or the fucking Witcher 3, these motherfuckers will view it as a capital offense that you dare insult them by offering by fucking recommending a fucking platformer or a fucking RPG. And then go spend fucking $300 on VC to fucking ball on the fucking 2K boat on the fucking PS4 version and shit. This is crazy. But y'all go ahead. Y'all do what y'all do. That's it for video games, and now we will move on to television. Some really big news right here. Hulu, the Hulu app to be shut down in 2026 as Disney fully merges platform into Disney Plus. This is one of those things when I every time these conglomerates and these motherfuckers like have some kind of huge merger, I always say, okay, but there's a slight worry that all these fucking companies are all going to be under one massive fucking umbrella, because then they can just do whatever the fuck they want to it. And well, here you go. This is one of them. Hulu will be phased out as a standalone app in 2026, with Disney confirming it is fully integrating the service. Let me zoom in. This is one of them all white backgrounds, the small ass text. Fully integrating its service and now wholly owned by the company into its flagship Disney Plus platform. Starting in autumn 2025, Hulu will replace the Star brand on Disney Plus internationally. What the fuck? I just thought of this. What the fuck is this gonna mean for the fucking price of Disney Plus then? They gonna, oh my god, they gonna shoot that bitch way the fuck up. Way the fuck up. Put that shit in some kind of bundle. You get like the base Disney Plus with just Disney Plus, or then you can get a Disney Plus and the Hulu bundle together. As you fuck, they already have that, don't they? A unified Disney Plus and Hulu streaming app will launch in 2026, the company announced. A Disney representative said customers will still be able to purchase a standalone Hulu subscription, as well as a standalone Disney Plus plan. Today, we're announcing a major step forward in strengthening our streaming service by offering a fully integrated Hulu into Disney Plus, Bob Iger said. CFO Hugh Johnston said in prepared commentary on the media giant's quarterly earnings, this will create an impressive package of entertainment, pairing the highest caliber brands and franchises, great general entertainment, family programming, news, and industry-leading live sports content in a single app. Investors said the single Disney Plus app with Hulu will deliver an improved customer experience, which will lower churn. Both services will be on one tech platform, which he said will result in cost synergies. Already sales ads for Disney Plus and Hulu together, and also is a new opportunity for Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Okay, first of all, let's look at the date. Okay, Hulu's live TV business will be merged with Fubo under a proposed joint venture majorly owned by Disney, while Hulu Plus, Live TV, and Fubo remain separately marketed for now. Confirmed Hulu Plus Live TV will be integrated into Disney Plus in 2026. So no date, but 2026. This is the most important thing. At what price will we get to purchase a Hulu subscription? Oh, I'm thinking like what the Disney Plus price is gonna be. Also on Wednesday, Disney announced it will stop reporting streaming subscriber numbers for Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, following the lead of Netflix and others. The company also set August 21st as the launch date for its ESPN standalone streaming product, priced at $29.99 a month. By the way, they also just announced that WWE is going to air all of its PLEs through fucking ESPN. So, for all my wrestling fans, being a fucking wrestling fan is finna get fucking expensive. So there you go. Hulu. In 2026, Hulu will cease to exist. It will fully merge with Disney Plus, meaning Disney Plus is probably going to jack up the fuck out of its prices later in 2026. But there you have it. I mean, I don't know if this is better or worse for the consumers, because now, now you got two apps merging into one, so you can save your pocket. But like I said, they probably just gonna jack up the price of Disney Plus. But we'll see. We'll see. Next up, speaking of Disney Plus, Goosebumps canceled at Disney Plus after 2 seasons. Producer Sony Pictures TV will try to find a new home for the series based on the R.L. Stine books. The streamer has canceled Goosebumps based on the popular books after 2 seasons. The most recent season, titled The Vanishing, premiered in January. Sony Pictures, who owns the rights to the books and produces the series, will shop Goosebumps to other outlets and also look for other creative directions for the property. There are more than 200 stories in R.L. Stine's original Goosebumps books, spin-off series, and short story collections. So it was an anthology series. The first season premiered on Disney Plus in October 2023. A few weeks before Halloween, it performed solidly, ranking among the top 10 original streaming series in 4 weeks. Season 2 debuted in January and didn't do as well, never making the charts. Who the fuck still even uses Nielsen anyway? To date, sources say viewers have watched 118 million hours of Goosebumps worldwide, 75 million in the U.S., and 43 million in international markets. Season 1 cast featured Justin Long, Zach Morris, Issa Baronis, Mila McKenna, Anna Yi Ping, Will Price, and Rachel Harris. Season 2 starred David Schwimmer, Jaden Bartles, Sam McCarthy, Anna Ortiz, Elijah M. Cooper, Francesca Noel, and Gaela La Sevilla. So Goosebumps is kept. They're gonna try to find somewhere else to put it, but it ain't gonna be on Disney Plus no more. So there you have it. Up next, some positive news for Netflix's One Piece. The live action adaptation of the beloved anime and manga is getting an early renewal for season 3 on Netflix. Came out the annual One Piece Day celebration in Tokyo, where also revealed that Ian Stokes will be joining Joe Tranks as showrunner on season 3. Stokes was previously a co-executive producer on season 1. Production on the third season will begin later this year in Cape Town, South Africa. Is that the guy who left? No, that's not him. Well, I don't know. I don't even know if these are his pictures. Is this the guy who was the original showrunner, but then he left? No, that's not him. That's not him. Okay. So, One Piece is getting a season 3. We also got our first look at season 2. We'll cover that in our trailer section. So, Gina Carano pile drives Disney over Mandalorian firing with a settlement and job offers. So, if y'all remember a while ago when The Mandalorian was at the heights of its popularity, Gina Carano was a character on the show. She was also supposed to be involved in a spinoff. I forget what the spinoff was called. But then she put out some tweets. I don't even remember what the tweets were. They were frowned upon, viewed very negatively. Disney released her from her contract. They released her from the Mandalorian show. And then she took them to court. And it seemed like after all these years, they have finally settled. So ahead of a September trial date, Disney and Gina Carano put down their lightsabers over the former MMA fighter's more than year-long discrimination lawsuit over her 2021 firing from The Mandalorian over political postings. In a joint filing today in federal court, the ex-Star Wars star and Bob Iger-run conglomerate asked for the Elon Musk-backed legal action to be dismissed. What the fuck? What? With the company clearly on bended knee. Pursuant of federal court civil procedure for... I'm not reading all that shit. The defense of Walt Disney and Huckleberry... Okay, on the other... I'm not reading all this shit. I'm reading all that fucking legal mumbo-jumbo. A judge will have to sign off on the request, but this is de facto, done and dusted in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, so can we start with the fucking... We get it, bro. We get it. Is this fucking Jordan again? Is this Jordan on deadline? No. While no specific details on the settlement have been revealed, like whether she getting her Rebel Shock Trooper Cara Dune role back as desired, or any of the millions of damages she was seeking, I don't know if she wants to come back. I mean, show's been on a bit of a downswing. They're already filming the movie, but probably, I mean, maybe in some other capacity or show we'd see her in. Disney and Carano clearly are back in business. To that, a source close to Carano told me that she is happy with how things were dealt with. Online earlier today, a deft Carano posted somewhat cryptically at the time with a scattering of emojis and the truth shall set you free. Hoping this brings some healing to the force, she later put a full I guess it's supposed to be out. She later put out a full statement thanking Musk. A man I never met who did this good Samaritan deed for me in funding my lawsuit. I'm excited to flip the page and move on to my next chapter. My desires to remain in the arts, which is where I hope you will join me. But okay, sure. On the other side, in this era of knee bending and ring kissing in the face of MAGA forces, the House of Mouse may once again today adopted that trying to please red state tone has been putting out there since Trump took back in office. Well, I can't read, bro. I'm tired. Basically saying, I'm guessing her tweets were very far right, very right centric, and that's why they released her. And then, of course, now we live in a different time, so in an effort to try and avoid the Cheeto in chief maybe getting involved. They decided to like, okay, let's just settle this shit because you know people who are on that side of the fence, you know, there's actually some weight and validity to shit now. Please note that we have reached an agreement with Carano to resolve the issue in our pending lawsuit against the companies. Ms. Carano was always well respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff, and she worked hard to perfect her craft while treating her colleagues with kindness and respect. You know the funny thing about this is they settle it because of that, but also feel like, especially now, while times being so much different now, will this positive relationship with co-stars and staff and shit will are people in an individual people setting, are they going to be willing to just be fine with this shit? Because again, these companies got to do shit like this because now you know now money would be on the line for shit. But it just in terms of like a human interaction and experience, that's different. Like, cause now motherfuckers got to stand on business for shit, and this motherfuckers doing a lot of dumb shit, and now just people who agree with that and is on that side of the fence, you know, a lot of people ain't going for it now. But whatever. Whatever. I'm not reading all this legal shit. Gina Carano's back in the her and Disney working together. They settled, so we'll see what this means for Cara Dune's character in the future. All right, it's a positive news. Round of applause for the black man. As always, Byron Allen sells 10 TV stations to Gray Media for $171 million. Byron Allen's Allen Media Group Inc. has sold 10 local TV stations to Gray Media for 171. The deal was Gray expects to close in the fourth quarter, subject to regulatory approval and closings. Will bring Gray into 3 new local TV markets: Columbus, Tupelo. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Tupelo. I don't think I'm saying that right. Mississippi, Terre Haute. God, I cannot talk. Indiana and West Lafayette, Indiana. Per Gary, the sale is expected to strengthen the company's presence in the 7 other markets by creating new policies that will allow Gray to preserve and deepen public service to their communities and expand local news, local weather, and local sporting programs. So not only is it that, it's also just the fact that it's all local shit. Small local markets that are now part of something bigger that allows, you know, granted it is a big company buying the smaller guys to penetrate those markets, but it's good for them because now they are attached to a larger name, and now they probably get a lot of some more better funding now too. Following a decade of investing in local TV stations, media mogul Allen hired investment bank Moelis & Co. in June to help him sell the collection of 28 network affiliate stations in medium and small markets across the country. The sale of these 10 stations marks the first big transaction in Allen's offloading process. Allen started his company more than 30 years ago with a single talk show that he hosted. Today, he owns numerous lifestyle channels, the Weather Channel, and digital outlets, including The Griot and HBCU Go. So, again, just some little positive news on some little TV front. You know, black man invested in the local communities and actually, you know, being rewarded for it and helping out the little guys. So, I just thought that was a little cool story there. All right, but that is it for our story, our TV section, and end of our stories in general, which of course means on the audio section. If you're listening on you, which by the way, audio listeners, I'm so sorry. I recently realized that I have not posted any of the I just watched. I recently did to the audio platform, so I got to do that. I have a limit. I can only upload so much on there until I have to pay some extra shit. So they're gonna get uploaded on there, but it's gonna be a lot slower. So there you have it. But anyway, audio listeners, thank you all so much for listening. I very much appreciate it. Check out some of the other videos and the other episodes of the podcast. Wherever you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good shit. Feel free to check it out on all of those platforms. Check out the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Come on over and check out the trailers you're about to watch if you're interested in that as well. But in the meantime, audio listeners, thank you all so much for listening. I very much appreciate it. Always remember to stay watching, to stay playing, to stay awesome, and most importantly, to stay safe out there. Until next time, I will speak to you all later. Goodbye. But of course, for all my YouTube watchers, we are about to get into some trailers. A lot shorter than it was last time. Honestly, not a lot of movie trailers today. They was kind of small on that one, but we got a few games and a few TV shows we're gonna talk about here. So we'll be going over all that today. But y'all already know, let me refill up my water bottle and then we'll get right into it. Fill up my water bottle and fight with my damn chair for a little bit. So give me a minute. All right, we back. The music is paused because now it's time to watch some trailers. I thought I was good, but I feel myself slowly sinking. Anywho, first up, we got it's a on set video. So Spider-Man Brand New Day, day one on set. They are really doing things to just to just get ahead of shit. Like I feel like everything they talked about before they started shooting, like the fact that Mark Ruffalo might be coming back as the Hulk, showing off the new suit, the guy who plays Scorpion is coming back. I feel like everything they're doing is to just try to get ahead of things before outlets and just people recording shit does them, because we've already seen a lot of set photos because they just started shooting. So we've seen a lot of set photos already. So now they're doing this to kind of make up for that too. So anywho, let's watch this and see what we're talking about here.
Alrighty.
So how you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good, man. It's day one. My fourth ever day one on Spider-Man. You know, it's funny, putting the suit on, it feels different this time, somehow. It's also the first time we've ever had fans on set for day one, so it's really exciting to share this with them.
Is this the music from fucking Amazing Spider-Man 2? It's the little fucking kid from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, man. You know, I'm just gonna do my best, hopefully get it right.
Man, who's that?
We've got some familiar faces on set.
You motherfuckers. We got some familiar faces on set. Shows a person with it keeps their fucking face hidden.
You know, I'm just gonna do my best, hopefully get it right. No pressure.
Yeah, this is all the photos we've been seeing on set too. This big chase scene that they were filming. All right, that's cool. Yeah, it's a little short thing. All right, this is a little over him. This is that I keep getting ready to say Jordan Peele directed, but he didn't. But this is a part of like his wheelhouse here. We watched a teaser trailer not too long ago, but this is the official trailer.
Do I look at you or the
You'll
camera?
just look right at me. You'll just ignore the camera. There are a lot of people saying you could be the next great quarterback.
I can already see it now. Him running down the tunnel with the crowd chanting his name.
I hear you've been invited to train with legend Isaiah White himself. Care to elaborate?
I want to be the GOAT. Cameron King. Great meeting you. I'm a fan. That's crazy. I damn near worshiped you growing up. Who are you?
I'm him.
Who are you?
I'm him. Manta.
Let's play a little catch. We going to the league! You want to play at your highest level? You want to be a legend? Because let me tell you something. This ain't a game.
I know, shit. I don't know. Maybe it's just the YouTube decompressing, but shit just looks real.
This level. You want to be a legend?
Fucking shaggy right now.
Because let me tell you something. This ain't a game. Who are they? Just gonna toss the ball around a little. You wanna hit this? You can't handle it. I understand.
That's that shit Kanye and Elon be on.
Oh, too slow. Wait, what are we doing? That man's smile about to be on the floor. This is how you do your teammate? What is this? In this game, violence is rewarded, so learn to enjoy it. your shit together!
Activate my hate.
Cam, are you okay?
I think something's off.
Do you want to know what you're getting yourself into?
Now we playing some football!
Don't have to do this.
Activate my hate.
I've never been more certain of anything in my life. And how bad does Cameron Cade want it?
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
I'm not just gonna give it to you. You got to take it from
I
me.
ain't a killer, but don't push me.
What if I say no? Run. Think of it as a gift from the gods.
Killer, but don't push me.
So what are you willing to sacrifice?
You gotta get that CTE, boy, directed by Justin Timmy. This looks good. What the fuck is that? The horror movies are horror movies on a bit of a fucking resurgence right now. I love to see it. This looks really good. What's September? What? Oh, it doesn't say. Does that have the actual date? Oh, it's still just saying September. Tim Heidecker's in this bitch. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I do remember the fact that that I do remember Guap Dad 4000 and Tierra Whack. I remember that from the last stream that they're in it. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, next up, I think this is one more. Swiped, Hulu movie.
Maybe I should stop being shocked by success after the past few months we've had.
It's pretty all-consuming. You know, we're together all the time. It's a big family.
You know, families can get messy, right?
Young people don't date online. If we break through that stigma, suddenly we've got complete market share of all millennial dating. Just give me $600 and a plane ticket, and I will come back with the next Fortune 500 company. With Tinder, I'm swiping right.
How do I download it? I want to see this.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
We are netting over 10,000 new signups a day.
You are the brains behind this Tinder explosion.
I just want 1 million users.
There's an article about how pervasive the dick pics are. They report and nothing happens.
These chicks are just reporting guys who reject them.
You do not really mean that.
Yeah, I mean, we need to be practical, not emotional.
I built Tinder with them. If they can just delete me, it's like they've done nothing wrong.
You say anything, they can sue.
Do not take the bait.
What is this big secret project you are developing?
We need to change the rules of online dating.
Fight for what you've built.
My name's Whitney Wolf, and I'm starting a revolution.
Yeah, so it's about the creation of Tinder and the rise of online dating. Lily James and Dan Stevens though. That's pretty cool. Who's directing this? Because I immediately think of like fucking shit. It was right in my head. The Social Network. But I feel like that one worked so well because of the cast and also because of David Fincher. So I'm like, that needs something like that too. Because it seems like it's just the fucking Social Network before dating movies. Inspired by the provocative real life story of visionary founder of online dating platform Bumble, Swiped introduced. So it's about, is it about Bumble or is it about Tinder? Introduces recent college grad Whitney Wolf, played by Lily James, as she uses extraordinary grit and ingenuity to break into the male-dominated tech industry and launch an innovative, globally lauded dating app, too, actually, paving the way to become the youngest female self-made billionaire, directed by Rachel Lee Goldberg, written by Bill Parker and Rachel Lee Goldenberg. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see about it. All right, that's it for the movie trailers. Doom has a new DLC out, so let's see what they're talking about here. Doom: The Dark Age.
Accessible through the main menu, the Ripatorium will give players a new way to rip and tear through the demonic horde.
Just jumping
We
right
are
into it.
giving you the controls to create your own encounter, allowing players to take on the role of lead combat designer inside of Doom: The Dark Ages. Just pick the arena, the music track, the demon type you want to fight, and how many per wave, the number of waves, set the difficulty, and a time limit. Then just press start and have fun. You can refine the experience after the match to whatever feels good to you. The end game is simple. You are the super weapon. Kill them all before the timer runs out. We'd like to expand on the Ripitorium more in future updates, so stay tuned for more info in the months ahead.
So it's like a little, you just create your own.
We've also made
combat
several
encounters.
refinements to the combat in Dark Ages. Too many to list. Check the release notes for everything, but here's some noteworthy improvements. We increased the weapon swap speed for every gun, which feels awesome. You can also now interrupt any weapon swap animation to block incoming attacks, and also block more quickly after shield bash. And probably most important of all, we added a slow-mo adjustment slider to the game. Every melee and shield animation impact can be adjusted now to whatever feels right for you. On the audio front, we've rebalanced the music in every large encounter to align with the combat just a little bit better. We also made some additional updates to improve the flow of the Dragon and Atlan experience, along with some weapon balance tweaks for the Slayer. And lastly, we refined several heavy encounters in Acts 2 and 3 of the game, increasing the depth and engagement in these combat spaces. So those are some of the highlights. There is a ton more, so check the Slayers Club for more details about all the work put into this.
I've been playing this game. It's very fun. It's a game. It's a game I feel like has gotten really buried in just a lot of the other games that have been coming out. A lot of more the games that have been critically acclaimed games. Expedition 33. What the fuck is this? Some just came out that I can't think of what the fuck it is. Like the fucking Liza P DLC. But yeah, it's just kind of gotten buried under a lot of stuff. So I feel like that's the reason why it's kind of gotten left behind. All right, next up we got Echoes of the End, the launch trailer.
Man, it's weird being here without Dad.
I can practically hear one of his lessons right now.
Abram Finlay. Your father had a lot of ideas about wards and vestiges. Now, I know why.
When the time comes, wouldn't you rather have friends among your conquerors?
Dead men make poor conquerors. Where's my brother?
I believe he's being taught regrets.
A sad, repressed vestige. And an irrelevant old fool.
Animation and the graphics are pretty solid.
I won't even break a sweat.
I don't know what the fuck it is. It is the launch trailer, so I guess like.
Stop playing around and open your eyes, because I have to be responsible for you, Core.
Open your
I
mind.
almost killed you.
Merker Games. I don't know. I mean, it looks okay. I don't know what the fuck it is. Embark on a perilous journey in Echoes of the End to rescue your brother and prevent a looming war. Harness the power of devastating magical abilities to conquer enemies, traverse treacherous landscapes, and unveil the hidden history of Ema. So is it it's just an action game? Is it an RPG? I don't know. So, like I said, it's the launch trailer, so like there was a bunch of shit that I haven't seen of it in the lead up to this.
Rated M for mature.
Helldivers 2, Ring the Boom. Quite literally. I never played this. I never got into it.
PlayStation.
Why does this look familiar? I don't know. Was this is a trailer for the game that's already? I guess an online game. This is just a trailer for shit that's already out. Okay. All right, moving on. We got Mafia: The Old Country. This is the launch trailer for that. This is the game I was thinking of that just came out.
I know there's a hell. I've seen it. Heaven. I don't know. I was given a chance.
Can you work?
And I chose to take it. I learned the rules. And that every choice has a consequence. I wanted to live. To belong. To be somebody. If you want something badly enough, you might just get it. If you're willing to pay the price.
Assassino!
Is it Ezio?
We'll take care of it. Get them inside. It wasn't about right or wrong.
Drive him out!
It wasn't about survival. It was about family.
Family.
And family takes sacrifice.
Here comes Dom Toretto. Mafia: The Old Country. Out now! Unfortunately, I've heard that this game is it's just okay. That's what I've heard about the game so far. This is what the word about has been. It's okay. It ain't great. It's not terrible, but it's alright. It's okay. So maybe a game we wait for a sale if we want to try it out. All right, up next. That's it for the video game trailers. Now we got TV. We got Only Murders in the Building, the 5th season.
We're gonna miss you, buddy.
Guys, the police report just came in.
A guy fills a fountain with...
Am I tripping, or is she like... is she just obnoxiously tall in this shot? In this scene?
Police
What the
report
hell?
just came in.
She don't fucking... Like, look at her now. I picked the wrong time to pause it for her. Sorry, Selena. She's like, you like right here. She's like equal height, but he's shorter. Why was she so fucking tall in that shot?
In the most murderous building in New York. They say it's accidental.
So we just assumed murder.
Lester had a run-in with the mobster the night he died.
I found a finger. Nobody accidentally slices off their finger. This
is a message.
It's like the horse head in The Godfather.
I know that one.
They came to you on the night of my wedding.
Yeah, I made him an offer he couldn't decline.
Okay.
We need to go face to face with the mob.
Gentlemen, we've got company. These here are my brothers, Tony, Mikey, Vinny, and Braden.
Braden. Suits you.
Something's not adding up. We found 3 of the richest people in the world.
Oh shit,
They're billionaires. This isn't the mob. This is the new mob.
Sniffing around a murder scene.
I think a Logan learned. Nigga, is that Percy? That's your Percy? The original Percy? This guy too, I can't remember his fucking name. I can't remember his fucking name. Fuck. God damn it. He was in Spectre. I can't remember his fucking name.
This isn't the mob. This is the new mob of New York. Please tell me you recorded that. These people could be killers.
Oh, you got your hands on the body.
Hey, that's a felony, right? I'm sure they went to the authorities immediately.
You know what? Let's get
That's not
you some
Logan.
more
Is that
caviar.
Logan Lerman?
I think there's more Absolutely. We definitely have baloney.
That is Logan Lerman.
We're pretty successful.
Meryl Streep. Bobby Cannavale, that was the dude's name.
Hi.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Tell me more.
Oh shit! She still look good. There is Logan Lerman. Boy, Logan Lerman. Christoph Waltz. That's his name.
Let's talk murder.
Bitch, did that say Renee Zellweger? I have not seen her in so fucking long.
Let's talk murder. The easiest way.
I need to watch this damn show.
Make your opponent think they're playing a different game entirely.
Did anyone check to see if Lester had all his fingers? I'm gonna work my way in there.
As we distance ourselves from him.
What are you doing? Is he touching my husband?
No, he's doing it for Lester.
We're all going to hell. You're hooked up with a suspect.
It was kind of a magical night.
It is Tia Leone.
Shaming me.
I mean, to be fair, it is Tia Leone. I mean, shit. Woman ages gracefully. I need to watch this. This is really fucking funny. Get the Hulu on Disney bundle, or just get Disney Plus, because Hulu will be on that bitch eventually. All right, next up we got. Oh, this is the first look at One Piece season 2.
Everything I've done.
Is this Rogue Town?
Everywhere I go.
Rogue Town?
It's for the One Piece.
God, it's like it's been for fucking ever since season 1 came out. Chaser. I hate this chair so much, bro. Laboon! New subtitle, Into the Grand Line. Season 3 sets this. 2026? Ah, bruh. It's already been like 4 fucking years since season 1, I feel like. It's been like 2, but still. Looks good, though. It looks good. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
It's easy to talk about forgiveness.
Task from HBO. I think this is our last one.
It's not your loss.
There's been a spate of home invasions.
Oh,
they want me to put together a task force.
Now, it's not a great
No,
time.
I don't have any choice.
From Raising Hope. That's all I know her name. It's just Virginia from Raising Hope.
Where's the money?
You're the ones that's been causing all the problems, huh?
I'm gonna take their money so we can have a better life.
Hey, Dad.
So you think you could tell
We need to find this crew
heaven from hell,
before turf war escalates.
blue skies from pain?
Mark Ruffalo from the town.
Into something.
Can you tell a green
From
field
Wesco.
We just can't see what others see.
from a cold steel rail? A smile from a veil,
That was like.
from a cold steel rail.
I can't lie. I can't lie. That one shot, already got me like, maybe I should watch this show. that was dope.
A smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell?
You're not gonna ruin their lives just because you ruined yours.
You ever done something you can't be forgiven for?
Don't do that, goddammit!
They haven't been a very good father to you lately.
My kids ask me if their mother's ever coming back, and I ain't got an answer.
She's in your heart, too. If things go terribly wrong, people want to know why God let it happen.
Have I always found a way out? You never did anything like this.
I don't want to hear it. Lie after lie after lie.
How I wish you were here. Triggers, true lost souls swimming in a fishbowl. Year after year.
You could still go home.
What have we found?
Maybe if I want to go home, I don't know the way no more.
Same old fear.
That's pretty interesting, actually. You know, not a lot of people of color, but it look, that actually looks pretty damn interesting. That actually looks pretty interesting. We got to have to keep a tab on this one. All right, Taz. All right, that is it for our trailers. I mean, we got Gilda Days. They got uploaded 3 hours ago. It's like an hour before I started recording. It is yesterday. Whatever. God, remember the Phase 3 announcement? What a time. What a time to be alive. All right, that is it for our episode. That's the last trailer. That's it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I very much do appreciate it. Sorry, it's coming at a late time. Like I said, just shit out of my control. I couldn't do anything about it. So I got it when I can. So like I said, hopefully I can get this up by the end of the week, because I'm about to lay my ass down. I'm gonna get it uploaded. I'm gonna at least put the intro and the outro on here. But I probably ain't gonna upload this motherfucker till tomorrow. So thank you all so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Check out some of the other stuff on the channel as well. Other news drops. We got some game walkthroughs. We got Dragon Age Origins. I talked a lot about Dragon Age in this episode. Origins and Veilguard. I know it's weird. The most recent one than the first one. I know. But but that's it. But that's how it is. Check out all the other stuff on the channel. Check out the podcast if you haven't already. I finished playing Expedition 33. I finally finished it. So now we're moving on to the next games on the channel here. Like I said, I think it's going to be RoboCop, Rogue City that I downloaded on PlayStation, and we're going to start Dragon Age 2. So those are up next. Probably this week. If not this week, we're going to start them next week. Yeah, cuz Sunday I'll be going to the Clips concert. So yeah, I'm actually getting out the house for once. So you know, so we gonna be checking that out. So maybe sometime this week or sometime next week we'll start RoboCop and Dragon Age, and start on at least get them uploaded, posting them up. So, but anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I very much do appreciate it. So until next time, everybody, always remember to stay watching, to stay playing, stay awesome, and most importantly, of course, to stay safe out there. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.